What's up, everybody? VuvuZale21 here, and I just want to talk to y'all a little bit about my thoughts on Trials of Osiris. It's been in a weird spot since it came back in Season of the Lost last year, and since then I don't really know what to think about it. Bungie doesn't seem to know what to do with it, and the players are a little divided on whether or not it's in a good state right now, it's in a bad state right now. People have different takes on it depending on who you ask. But from my opinion and my perspective on this, it's not in the best spot. It's got some problems, and that's disappointing because it has the potential, especially after those changes they made at the beginning of last season, to be really great. I feel that Bungie has fumbled the ball here. They've made some changes after that initial leak that have lessened the experience for me. I am a person who's not amazing at PvP. I'm a person who puts a good amount of time into it when it's worth it, in my opinion. And when it is worth it, I feel like, there's a meta that's not incredibly draining to play in. So, not the meta we're playing in right now. Main ingredient, fusion rifles, the renewal grasps with the dusk field grenades. None of that is fun to play in my opinion. But I do feel that the core Destiny 2 gunplay PvP experience could be so much better. And that is why I want to talk about Trials specifically right now, especially looking at matchmaking and the flawless pool. The flawless pool is a big pain point for me because, yes, it only goes active on Sunday. But if you're a more casual player, you're probably only going to get to play on Sunday. Trials is only a few days. It's only Friday through Tuesday. Tuesday it resets, that's like 12 p.m. You only have the weekend, and if you have any kind of obligations to anyone during the weekend, then you're not going to be able to play that much. So right, let's say you're a casual player, you're playing on Sunday, you hit up some of your friends, they've already gone flawless. So you're either left to solo queue, which is now an option thanks to Bungie, that's good, applaud them for that, or group up with your friends who've already gone flawless. Okay, so at this point, you get into a game, maybe you win it. You take game 2, and you get absolutely stomped in the ground because who is playing on Sunday that is not an absolute gamer god? There is no one that has gone flawless on Sunday that is playing unless they know that they are rocking the sweatiest builds, that they are doing the most slimy bullshits that they can win. And then you're over here just trying to help your friend get flawless once? That is ridiculous. That is absolutely ridiculous. Yes, maybe something needs to be done about streamers who play 20 flawless cards in a row, but also they need to be able to do that. They need to be able to provide that content for their viewer base. And I think there is a happy medium to be met here that does not include this flawless pool in any way. The flawless pool is not just bad for the ultra sweaty competitive tryhards, and this was clear to me since the beginning. And this is one thing that's a big point of contention for me, is that the first week of Trials was like the biggest week of Trials, arguably, in all of Destiny history, in that Season of the Lost. And then immediately they go back and change things and add the flawless pool, and then they try different things out besides the flawless pool, and then they go back to the flawless pool. But we've never had another control week like that first week, and that first week doesn't really count because it was the first week in Trials was coming back for the first time in a long time. So what we need to do, in my opinion, is have some weeks where we don't have that flawless pool, where we don't have the other system, where we just have pure Trials, go flawless as many times as you want, get that loot. And that's another thing, this loot system that they introduced with Season of the Lost. There might as well not be that new loot system that they introduced because no one is being incentivized to keep on playing Trials after that first flawless run. So why is there this new loot pool system where we can actually go target what we want and where we can go flawless multiple times and then or play at 7 wins and get new things and farm that reputation? There shouldn't be. It's just a lot of wasted dev time, in my opinion. Like, let's update this whole thing, let's make it playable again, let's make it replayable. But then also we're going to throw in this flawless pool, and it's not going to be replayable at all. That, to me, is the problem. Because not only is it not replayable, if you're a casual player who's trying to play with their flawless friends that already played that weekend, you're shit out of luck. You can't do it. And that's a big problem for me. And that's really the whole point of this video. The flawless pool needs to go. In lieu of that, you can do probably numerous other matchmaking fixes that aren't just band-aid fixes. Flawless players only play against flawless players unless they're with other teammates, which sucks. It really does suck. And that there's no other way to put it. Because on Sunday, no one is playing trials unless you haven't gone flawless and you have 2 other people to play that have not gone flawless, or you're ultra sweaty and you love that grind and you love using the slimiest builds possible, which I personally don't. I personally like using guns that I feel require a little bit more skill than the current meta, like the renewal grasps, the main ingredient, the free god roll main ingredient, and things like that. Like, those things are infuriating to me because I actually value that sort of feeling of achievement that you get from playing non-meta builds and still getting flawless. And maybe that's like not the right way to play trials anymore at this point, but I think that it should be a pathway to play this game, and I think that the flawless pool really does need to go. I've talked about this multiple times. I've written different articles. I've tweeted at many different points in this 6 or 7 month time period. But I do feel like at this point it's coming to a head again, where trials it's been back for 2 weeks now because we had the Iron Banner hiatus again, and it is still a pain point and it's still not been addressed. Bungie talked about how they were using last season as kind of like an experiment for trials, but that experiment has not reached its end, not even a little bit. So that's my problem with it. I think that the loot system they introduced with Season of the Lost, absolutely amazing change. And that first weekend, I think, shows it, because a lot of people went flawless and a lot of people kept playing even after they went flawless. And that's what you want, I feel like, if you're Bungie. And I think all they need to do is just revert that change, see how it goes, and then they can go back to the drawing board. But let's just see how it goes, and it might be perfect after that. We'll see. And I know there's a problem with balancing to really casual perspectives and making sure that everyone can kind of get flawless, and sure, but it's the aspirational PvP experience, and yeah, not everyone's always going to be able to go flawless, and I think that's okay. You can get better, and I think that there is a balance to meet, though, where many people do go flawless and many people can go flawless. And I think without the flawless pool, people who literally cannot go flawless no matter what can at least get carried to it at some point. I feel like if I talk anymore, I'm just going to keep rambling, but that is my perspective on it. Bungie, if you're listening, please just try going back and seeing how it is, because it's all at odds with each other. The rewards system and the flawless pool, they're at odds with each other, and we need to find that balance. And to the viewers, thanks for watching. If you liked this, leave a like, subscribe if you want more content like this. We're going to be posting more often, and leave a comment if you liked anything particularly about the video, or you have disagreements. I want to talk to you. I want to actually engage with those comments. So yeah, I'd appreciate any type of engagement. Share it to your friends if you think there's something valuable in here. Thank you for watching. It's Vuvuzela21 here and on Twitch and on Twitter too. Thanks.